Okay, today in Queensland, in Brisbane, Campbell Newman launches his campaign, Dennis. Now, there's been a lot of allegations that the Labor Party is running very strongly on business dealings. Is that biting or could it backfire?
I think it is biting a little bit, and I think we're coming up to what will be a very crucial week in this campaign. It's the middle week, and I think we'll know by the end of the week whether Labor has been able to make this stick or whether the LNP has been able to bury it. I think next weekend, if people are still talking about it, Campbell Newman's got a big problem.
And is it aimed as well at his own internal contest, trying to win a seat to get into the parliament, as it is to the broader picture?
It's aimed almost 95% at the seat of Ashgrove. They're trying to sow enough doubts. The vote, I'm told, the vote in Ashgrove is closer than anywhere else in the state, and they're just trying to push that Labor vote up closer and closer to a point where they're within striking distance. If they can stop him winning Ashgrove, then it creates a whole mess for the LNP. And if they can make people believe that he might not win Ashgrove, they've got a big problem in the last 2 weeks of the campaign.
And Parliament's up, federal Parliament's up for a week, then there's a 2-week sitting period. Do you think we'll hear a little bit about Queensland along the way?
Oh, I think we might.
Final observation?
Look, there were some hilarious and beautifully moving tributes to Mark Arbib in the valedictory session in the Senate this week, and some coalition people looked close to tears. George Brandis, Wacko Williams, even Eric Betts seemed to be a little bit emotional. Maybe they're upset about losing, a mortal enemy. But the nicest tale, I think, was Gillard in the caucus meeting, where she told the story about being on the phone to Arbib one weekend, and she could hear this plaintive little voice in the background desperately begging for an apple, and Arbib was, dutifully paying attention to the Prime Minister. At one point, she says, as she recounts it, "For crying out loud, give that child an apple!" So maybe the family reasons is pretty potent.
So Peter Slipper's copped a lot of flack since he became Speaker. He's been called a rat and all sorts of nasty things. The weird thing is he's turning out to be a pretty good Speaker. For all the silly war processions and everything else, he's kicking out lots of people when they're disorderly, and he actually sat the Prime Minister down this week and said she should no longer be heard because she was being irrelevant.
Dennis?
I'm sure, well, I know that people who watch this program love politics, so I'm sure that a lot of them also like music. This coming week we're going to see the release of Bruce Springsteen's new album. It's called Wrecking Ball. It's a reflection on the economic crisis in America, and it's the most political record we will have heard in a very long time.
And one other observation, and we now have the nearest look-alike to Abraham Lincoln as Foreign Minister, so that should go down well with the Republicans. And we'll leave you now with US politics. Here's Mitt Romney in Detroit, Michigan. Now, the things that politicians will say to win votes. Thanks for watching.